So today sucked, and we're here to tell you all about it. I'm Triss Leder.
And I'm Forrest Leder, and we're talking life, health, and sanity, and finding sunshine in the rain.
Well, Forrest, I have bad news.
What?
I have more sunshine than rain today. So maybe that is good news. I'm not sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, we have two very lovely children that are currently very fast asleep upstairs.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Adult time. And our son is 6. Our daughter is 8. And our son started kindergarten this year in all of this weirdness of remote learning and whatnot. And he did preschool beforehand, but the full school experience was supposed to start this year. And then we've been in remote learning, and it's been weird.
Super weird.
But our school system district uses a app called the Remind app, which is a way that teachers can send texts and whatnot to parents. And we got a very lovely message from our son's teacher with a little story that she loved so much that she had to share that had to do with she asked the class for what words start with C, and he gave her something, and she attempted to draw it, and he made a little fun of her drawing, perhaps. And it was a very cute and a very sweet story. And it kind of got me thinking about taking the time to soak in those small, wonderful things when they happen, as they happen, because they're important. It's small. That's a small thing. It's a small story, but it's important. And it made me smile, and it made my heart warm, and I know it did for you too, Forrest. I felt like I needed to share that with everybody, because sometimes I think, I know anyway, I can get caught up in the big everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, the big everything doesn't really matter if the small things don't matter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Forrest is very tired right now. He's trying very hard.
Really hard. It's... This computer needs to get turned off and turned on again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By which I'm talking about my brain.
Yeah, turned off for about 8 hours and then turned back on again. Yeah, it's a funny thing. The human body doesn't function super well on 3 hours of sleep.
No.
We made bad choices last night.
Mm-hmm.
We've been making better ones, but we made bad choices last
mostly,
night.
yeah.
So.
But yeah, it was, our son's, stories of how school is and stuff. Those are things that make doing the work that we do worth it, because we want to be there for all of those stories. We want to be there for our kids' stories, but then we want to be there to be like your mom on the receiving end of hearing about it from you today, and being able to be there for our grandkids when that happens.
So very, 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 very far down the road.
So far down the road. And so, we got to make sure we're still here.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And when you're a new parent, which we have some relatives that are relatively new parents at the moment, you get a lot of, oh, enjoy this time with your little babies. Like, enjoy. And I remember as a new parent hating those people. The baby wakes up every 2 hours and I am miserable and exhausted and I haven't showered in 3 days and I'm supposed to enjoy this crap. I have a point, I promise.
That's good.
I'm getting there.
I said it was good. Just take your time.
But and I understand the sentiment. I do, but in the thick of it, it never feels good. But you take the flip side of that. A coworker of mine was telling us today, her oldest daughter, she has 2, moved out. Daughter's in her very early 20s, I believe, and is now out on her own for the first time, first daughter. And my coworker was talking today about how, her youngest daughter is, I think, a senior or going to be a senior in high school. And she's like, and then she's going to move out and then I'm going to be all alone. And myself and another of my coworkers who we both have smaller children were like, yeah, awesome. Enjoy it. A quiet house. Oh, that'd be amazing. But I'm throwing things, sorry. That's our perspective because we're in the thick of it. And I can put myself, however, in my first coworker's position of, well, my babies don't need me anymore. And they're off doing their own thing. And I don't have those teacher stories coming in anymore. I don't have. And so it isn't, I'm not trying to wax philosophical here of, enjoy the time you have because it'll be gone so quick. But like, yeah, you're right. It will be. But really just the reminder to soak that in when it comes. And not rush past it because it seems perhaps a small moment.
Yeah. And on the flip side, call your mom and call your dad. Tell them you love them and tell them the stories about your kids.
Or you, if you don't have kids yet, because you're still their kid.
Yeah.
And they still want to hear those stories even though you're an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess I better call my mom and dad.
Yeah, you better. I better make you do that. I better call mine too. And I think that's short and sweet tonight. I think that's all we've got because we're tired and it's late, but we're trying to stick with our commitment. So, yeah, I think that's all we got. So,
all right.
Throw us a comment. Find us on Twitter at Triss_Joy or at Fearless Leader. And
see you next time, suckers.